Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for another Project Life Process video. If you'd like to see what I'm going to do this week, stick around. What's up, friends? How's it going, everybody? Thanks for being here. Happy Monday. Today is another Memory Planning Monday video with my new Project Life series. This week, I will be working on week number 13. And last week turned out so stinking cute. Tons of photos. I think it was 24, I said. That's bananas. I have a lot this week, not quite as many. As you can see, I already started kind of playing around with the photos here. And I'm using a lot of the Paper Person kit once again, mixed in with Studio Calico this week. But really, I think I mentioned this in the last video, most of my planning is based on color and not necessarily the kit. So for me, I kind of go with my photos and I send all my photos to the Walmarts or Walgreens, whatever I feel like that week. And then I sort of kind of go from there and see, you know, what ones I want to feature, which ones I want to have in my project life. And this week, like I said, there were a lot of photos. Nora ended up being sick, so she is with her nebulizer watching her iPad. That was prior to that. So I was going to do sort of like a before and after type situation, possibly. There was a sign of spring there. Nora has really been into playing with her baby dolls lately. So I actually this week took her to get a brand new little baby doll. I think this was the week I did. I don't know. I started to pull out some cards that I thought would work. This is from an older Studio Calico set. There's some photos of the things I'd been eating this week. One of the days was really nice after school, so I took this photo of Nora on the monkey bars, and this is just a bunch of them all put together on one. And this is something I should have done last week and didn't think to do ahead of time, not realizing how many photos there would be. So since this is all a learning process, right, like that's something that I am figuring out as I go, and I'm just sort of playing around with like color and where I want to put things. But you can see it's very pink, yellow, green, blue. Those are the main colors this week. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not exactly sure, you know, what's gonna go where, if I'm going to include all these photos, if I'm gonna have some hidden journaling or hidden photos, but definitely gonna be using a lot from Studio Calico and Paper Person kit. The April kit is so pretty and it has lots of ephemera, and I'm loving the little like cardstock frames and puffy stars. I'll probably pull from this and from my Studio Calico stash, even possibly from Ali Edwards. I'm not, like I said, I go by color and not necessarily by kit or by designer. So for me, it's more like, what do I have and what goes with this layout? So I'm going to take this and this out of the album, which I'm probably going to end up with like, oh my goodness, 2 or 3 of these bad boys because they're just getting so full, but that's okay. It's for me, it's like, where am I going to store these? That's my question, because I don't have IKEA Kallax shelves in here. So let me know if you guys have any ideas. I am going to get started. I like to speed up the camera. I'll do my voiceover, and I was inspired to try doing things a little bit different with how I come back at the end. Susanna Lee, it's SUZLEE72, at Suze Lee. I follow her and watch all of her YouTube videos. She's a super talented scrapbooker. Doesn't do Project Life, but I started following her when I started my scrappy journey last year with Stop the Blur. And she just does the sped up version, and then at the end she will do close-ups of the finished photos, and she kind of just does it that way instead of coming back and recapping. So I think I'm going to try that for this video and see how it goes. So let's go. Here I go doing my shuffle, trying to figure out where I want to put all the things, and I know this is why my project life is going to be so bulky, because I keep adding in all these flip ups and pullouts because I have so many photos. So I use these Heidi Swap Destination Alpha stamps to stamp the week and the number every single week. And the title card is just the Studio Calico note card here. And like I said, a lot of the combination of what I used was Studio Calico and Paper Person. I also, most of my stamps tend to be Heidi Swap because I have a lot of her products from last year's memory planning process. So I did pull some washi and some inks that will coordinate with the colors in the spread, and you'll see those here in just a second. I like to use washi to embellish and kind of be the one of the occurring embellishments that happen throughout the spread. So this is a way for me to sort of make sure everything looks like it goes together. And the washi I'm using is the yellow scallop washi is from scrapbook.com by Doodlebug. The pink gingham washi and the green striped washi are both from Heidi Swap. I will link Heidi Swap's shop below. It's just HeidiSwapShop.com. And the Paper Person kits sell out very quickly and they're a subscription. So I can link Paper Person's website. Her name is Kelly Perky. She's an amazing Asian American woman-owned business, small business, and I absolutely love supporting her. And yeah, just love the representation. So now I'm just embellishing with some of these stickers from Studio Calico. Puffy stickers and bright colors are some of my absolute favorite things. So this is sped up like 9 times because it did take me an hour and a half to complete both sides of the spread. And I think that's because I don't stick to a kit. That's what they're for, but I like to go by color. So it definitely takes me a lot longer to complete a spread because I'm working on combining elements from different kits, different designers, and that definitely takes up time going through my collections to see what goes with what. And then I decided to add in some of these floral die cuts from the Paper Person kit. And I selected all the ones that did not have gold foiling because I didn't want to introduce any gold foiling on this week. It was actually, these colors are bright, fun, and beautiful, and it's definitely showing signs of spring, but it was one of my really difficult weeks. I'm very open and honest about my mental health journey and how creating actually equates wellness for me. Storytelling is paramount to who I am as a Korean American adoptee because I don't have a story of my own to really be able to tell, hold on to, and that's mine. And so storytelling for me is a super cathartic, very, very therapeutic way of, being able to add a lot of meaning to my life and to be able to tell my own story now and have something that Nora can have when she grows up is so important. For me, storytelling is really reclaiming my own story, right? So yeah, I just wanted to share that because this is just, it's so important to me. This whole process, this is really, truly a journey. And it's the most fun I've had in such a long time. And I'm really, really glad that I get to be able to share this with you, that I have the privilege of being able to do this from home and just the comfort and joy of my craft space. Shout out to the craft video I shared about a week ago now when this goes up. Make sure you check that video out. So you can see I'm like on a tangent here, but I'm not even really explaining what I'm doing, but I feel like you can see what I'm doing. So, I mean, do I really need to explain, narrate? I will, because I'm assuming a lot of the people who are watching these videos are coming from decorative planning and have no freaking clue, why I'm doing what I'm doing and where all these products are from and that kind of stuff, because that's why I started my YouTube channel. But it's clearly evolved into all the scrappy projects, which I'm 100% here for and loving. So as you've seen me do, I've been taking a lot of stamps from Heidi Swap. I love this stamp set so much. And instead of stamping in black, I decided to bring in some color. So I'm using the Kitsch Flamingo Ranger Ink Distress Oxide. I have almost all the colors because they're my favorite. Sorry about my head there, but I had to make sure I was getting a good impression. I am not an expert stamper. I'm a new stamper. So quite often I stamp way incorrectly and make a big smudge, but it is what it is. So usually I edit out the journaling part, but since I'm yapping so much, I'm just going to leave it in. So I end up using some of these chipboard stickers from the Paper Person kit because it was not only a hard week because of some of the therapy things that came up in therapy for me, but also, which is why I started talking about being a Korean American adoptee and journaling for and creating for my mental health. That's where I was going with that initial thought about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, hello, hashtag ADD. So, it was also rough because Nora had a sick day and she needed like a ton of nebulizer treatments, and it was, you know, it was just not a great week. Like, I wasn't expecting to feel this sort of emotional hangover, if you will, from my EMDR therapy, and it trickled into like my weekend. And so even though these are bright fun colors, like I said, it was just emotionally a really difficult week. And I do journal about that. Some of that journaling is on the pink card, and some of the journaling for that will be on the other side, and you'll see that in just a second. But I finally completed the first half, and I decided that I did not like the washi on the top left of that title card because it looked like it corresponded and it lined up with the card to the left of it. So I just removed it and added those floral die cuts from Paper Person. And so now I'm working on the right side of the spread for week 13. And a trick I learned from my friend Leilani Scraps is using some computer printer paper just to stick the two photos to if they're going in a 4x6 pocket and you have 3x4 size photos or cards. It keeps them together, and it's such a great hack. And so shout out to Leilani, who's just the best. And yeah. So I'm adding my journaling here. Friday was such a better day. Nora was obviously feeling better, so Matt and I both took her to pop class, which usually he just takes her. But we decided to make it kind of a family night since it had been a rough week. We all needed a break. So after pop class, we went to our new favorite Thai restaurant. And there she is with her Thai sweet tea, which is her favorite. So here's my journaling about the rest of the roughness of this week. And that card was just perfect from Paper Person, just bad, 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 very bad. And I embellished it with tough day. And then on the back of it, there's the picture of myself. I work out every morning, like 6 days a week, because it is totally about my mental health. And it began because in 2022, I got results that I had high cholesterol, and I'm pre-diabetic, but honestly, I've had the same A1C for years. So I really think it's more of an ethnic cultural thing than a potential issue. But anyway, don't get me started on that. So I started working out. I was also overweight for me and wasn't comfortable. So I wanted to be healthier. And at this point, it's for maintenance and for my mental health. So that was just me snapping a photo of my wannabe abs. And I meant to cover it up before I started filming, but I forgot to. So then you'll see it covered up later because y'all don't need to see all that situation, and so Saturday was a great day. It was really sunny. We took Nora to get ice cream. It was our first time having ice cream at the Snowman, which is one of our local favorite ice cream places. It's been around for over 70 years, so it's legit. And yeah, now I'm going to keep journaling. Oh, no, I lied. I am going to use my Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide ink to make another one of those little notepads. So I have, both sides of the spread have that same stamping technique. And I decided to embellish April with some of the flowers. I chose to use the monthly note card, which I have never done, but I liked how white it was, and so I thought it broke up all the color a little bit. And then I just put a piece of chipboard from a Studio Calico in the middle of that green leafy card, which again, all these cards are from Studio Calico except April and the Bad, 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 which came from Paper Person. And since Saturday was so nice, my husband grilled steak, and you can see Nora's upside down on her really crappy swing set that she refuses to let us throw away. It's broken and so just junky, and she has a really nice wooden swing set that we refinished for her that she hardly uses. So welcome to parenting. And I discovered this white ink, which is my new favorite because I like white better than black. and it's called Archival Versamagic Cloud White. It's multi-surface chalk ink pad. I hauled this in and shared this in my Flip Through Friday video a couple weeks ago. It's amazing. So now I want to see what other ink colors they have. Anyhow, I'm using some Heidi Swap stamps to stamp some sentiments on there related to sunshine and fresh air, and I decided to make this like accordion pull-out card, and I kind of like I struggled a little bit. I was like, oh, I definitely didn't do that right. So you'll see me messing around here, but basically I just used some Scotch tape there to create like a flip out accordion, and I taped it with some double-sided tape to the front of the page of the pocket page because I want to be able to pull it out, and you won't be able to do that if it's inside. So you don't have to be limited by the actual pockets themselves. So the last little story there is about Sunday when I got to go celebrate my friend after church, and Nora went to her friend's house, and her friend's parents are Colombian and Mexican, so she had some really delicious, authentic tostadas. And then there's a photo of the salad I've been eating each week. Every week I eat a salad, and I switch it up from time to time, and so I just took a picture of my salad. Not very exciting, but you know, I think it's important to document all the things, and whatever you want, it's up to you. And so this story is about Sunday night where Nora and my husband, I caught them playing Just Dance, and I ended up playing as well, even though I didn't feel very good. So it was just a really funny story, and my husband, like, he was definitely embarrassed that I took a picture of him, so I had to include it. Because that's just the way we are. We're just ridiculous. So yeah, now I'm cleaning up. I am basically finished. I'm just gonna embellish this last photo of my little sweet here. Look at how cute she is. I absolutely love her. So now I'm trying to figure out what to put on the last photo, and I don't know, I had like a hard time. I do this with decorative planning too, like where I'm like, oh, I have one more sticker to use. It has to go in just the right spot, and I end up like trying it in 80 different places before I finally put the stinking thing down. I don't know what it is. But I just decided in the end to go simple, embellish it with some washi, put a bit of journaling on a label there, and use one of the puffy stickers. The ink that I'm using, and the black ink that stamps right on the photos, is StazOn. So that is going to be week 13. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you really enjoyed this video. And instead of doing close-ups of the photos, I am just going to show you the end result here in just about real time. I slowed the camera way down to just 1.5 so you can see the final spread. I love the colors, and I think it goes together really well. And yeah, friends, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss my content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, and remember, you are enough.